Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem. So last time we discussed kinaya. And what kinaya means. Kinaya means what? That you say a word, you say a sentence, and you don't mean that word. You mean something else. Okay? Now let me give you an example. Let's say, for example, we want to use a kinaya. Now if you look at a sentence, a very basic sentence. Let's say, for example, we have a woman. And we want to state about the woman that she is very generous. Okay? So we have a woman, the information about her, and the link between them. So woman, generosity, and linking the generosity. So in the sentence, they have these three elements. Correct? Achha. This is called the mawsoof. That's why we should use mawsoof sifa for the tarkib and for the i'rab, man'ut not. So the mawsoof means the object, the thing. And the karam is a quality you want to attribute to her. And the actual linking is called what? The nisbah. Okay? You following? So in a sentence, we have three possible elements. The mar'ah, the karam, and the link between the two of them. Make sense? Achha. Now, let's say, for example, we use this sentence. Instead of saying mar'ah explicitly, we imply something, we use another sentence which implies mar'ah. For example, instead of saying al-mar'atu karimatun, if we say al-mar'atu, if you say al-mar'atu karimatun, that's haqiqah, isn't it? That's clear, explicit. There's nothing metaphoric, idiomatic in there. Or figurative. Everything is really literal. But if you say وَالَّتِي فِي يَدِهَا خِضَابٌ كَرِيمَةٌ, we say, and the one in whose hands there is hinna, she's generous. Now, we say this, we don't, what do we mean now by this? The one in whose hands is hinna. Who wears hinna? Men or women? So instead of saying, the woman is karima, and she is noble and generous, what do we say? وَالَّتِي فِي يَدِهَا خِضَابُ كَرِيمَةٌ. So we've used kinaya for the mawsoof. So instead of expressing the mawsoof explicitly, we express the mawsoof via what? A kinaya. Another example would be, for example, here, so we express the mawsoof explicitly, but we express the sifa via, not figuratively. We say, for example, she has lots of cooking pots. Why would you have lots of cooking pots?
Chef or cook.
Huh?
Cook a lot.
Cook a lot. Why would you cook a lot?
Generous.
Why would you feed a lot of people?
Welcoming, you like.
Exactly. So instead of saying she has karam, we've implied she is noble, or she's not noble, she's very generous, not by using a kinaya. So the kinaya is in a sifa here.
But that's not always the case though.
Yeah, but you don't, it doesn't have to be so technical. It's that you understand it from the context. Okay? You following? Achha. Another example, we don't use a kinaya of the mawsoof. We express the mawsoof explicitly. We express the sifa explicitly. But the way we've linked it in an idiomatic way. For example, al-karamu fi baytiha. Generosity lives in her house. So generosity is there explicitly mentioned. She is mentioned explicitly. But the link, because obviously, it's not saying she is noble. Or you say what? You say generosity is from a jewelry. You get what I'm trying to say? So we've in the link, so the kinaya can happen in the mawsoof, kinaya can happen in the sifa, or kinaya can happen in the nisbah. So based on this, we say kinaya is three types. Okay? That's what he's saying here. So تقسيم الكناية باعتبار المكني عنه. So what are the types of kinaya according to the meaning you're referring back to? According to who you're referring back to. So وتنقسم الكناية باعتبار المكني عنه إلى ثلاثة أقسام. There are three types of kinaya according to المكني عنه. What you're implying, what you're referring to. الأول كناية يكون المكني عنه فيها صفة. The first type of kinaya is that in which the makni anhu is a sifa, an adjective, the description. For example, قول الخنساء. The khansa, when she was talking about her brother, remember? كأنه علم في رأسه نار. كأنه علم. Remember she was describing her brother. She's talking about her brother. He's a mountain with fire on top. So the same khansa. So she's saying huwa mahzuf. He's طويل النجاد رفيع العماد كثير الرماد إذا ما شتى. So she's mentioned these qualities of him. To why? Express a sifa, but implicitly, not explicitly. For example, he's tawilun nijad. Nijad is what? The hama'ilus sayf, hamatul sayf, the sheath where you put the sword in. As I said again, if you have a long sword, you have a long sheath. You have a long, why you have a big sword? To be brave. So instead of saying he's brave, she used a kinaya for bravery, which is what tawilun nijad. Rafi'ul imad, instead of saying what? He is, imad is amud, amudatun, imadatun, the singular of that is, the plural of that is imad. And imad means a pillar. So sometimes it refers to the pillar on which the house stands on, or it can refer to the pillar which a khayma and a tent is built upon. Now if you have a high khayma, obviously the higher this is, the higher...
The bigger the tent.
Exactly. Why do you have a big tent? Huh? Not rich, but obviously tent not so rich, but more people gather in it. And who set the people gathering? The leaders. So you see, Rafi'ul Imad, he has high pillars, meaning he's a leader of the qawm. Kathirul Ramad, he has lots of ashes. Why do you have lots of ashes? When you have ash? Huh? Shisha? No, not shisha. Lots of smoke, lots of ashes mean lots of fire. Lots of fire means lots of cooking. Lots of cooking means lots of food. Lots of food means lots of eaters. Lots of eaters and guests means what? Generosity. So kathirur, she's kathirur, ramad, idha mashata, when he has lots of ashes, when it's winter, when people enter into winter time, people are cold and need food, he provides for them. So all of the kinaya, but what the kinaya referring to, he's not referring to the person, but his qualities and adjectives. Okay? So what does he mean here? He's tawilun, he's tall, he's sayyidul qawm, and he's kareem. Okay? A few examples here. Look. Qasiratut tarf. Allah's talking about the hurul een. So hunna qasiratut tarf. They are those who lower their gaze. They keep the gaze. Why do they keep the gaze low? Chaste. So instead of saying they are chaste, use a lazim of that. Qasiratut tarf. Okay. فأصبح يقلب كفيه على ما أنفق فيها. So يقلب كفيه. In the morning, he was doing what? He was, yeah. So sometimes that can happen. Oh, I can't believe this, what happened to me. So يقلب كفيه, the literal meaning can be implied, but that's not what it's meant. What's the murad? Regret. So this sentence here, يقلب كفيه على ما أنفق فيها, he was regretting. So this is a kinaya of regret, of nadam. The literal, a word is mentioned. The literal meaning can be taken, but what's more implied? The idiomatic meaning of this. Yuwallukumul adabar. They will turn. Go ahead.
Sorry, you know the examples? Are we talking about sifa?
Yeah. Yes. But the sifa doesn't have to be a one word. But even the fa'il is a sifa. Because if you have, for example, daraba Zaidun, Musnad ilay, Musnad is a sifa. The quality, so meaning Waqa darabu Zaidin. So the daraba is the verb is also a sifa. Okay?
No, but I thought the structure. I thought you were doing mawsufa, then the sifa, then the nisba.
But here he discussed sifa first.
What is ashin?
Oh, yeah.
He discussed sifa first. Okay? Okay? So let's say yuwallukumul adabar. They will turn their backs to you. In what does that mean? They will run away. So saying yuwallukumul adabar, the literal meaning can be implied and meant, but what is it replying to? Not only for instance that turns back away from you. That's not what it means. What does it mean here? Run away. So the literal meaning is also included. In majaz that can't happen. So literal meaning is also that's not the main meaning. Another example. قال رب إني وهن العظم مني, oh my Lord, my bones have become weak. So bones become weak, my bones have become brittle. What does that mean? I have become weak. Okay? وَاشْتَعَلَ رَأْسُ شَيْبَةً, my hair has become white. So my hair become white as well, but I'm not that old. Yeah? وَاشْتَعَلَ رَأْسُ شَيْبَةً, but here means what? I've become old. You understand? Now like again, a very easy example. Allah says regarding Isa and Maryam alayhimus salam, Kana ya'kulani at-ta'am. They used to eat food. So Allah is saying that they are not gods. كَانَا يَأْكُلَانِ الطَّعَامِ. Now, when Allah says they not used to eat food, is the literal meaning possible?
Yeah.
Yes. But is that really what Allah wants to say here? What is he trying to say? They used to eat food, so either one of two things. Either it's trying to say that a person who needs food, he's not independent, so how can he be a deity? And number two, when you eat food, what happens when it gets digested? How can a God do that? So a word is, a sentence is said, but the literal meaning is not implied. Even though it can be said. It is true. But that's not what the purpose of this sentence is.
But how do you know that's what the sentence is trying to
Because we look at the previous sentence. Allah says that they are not gods. And so how can kana yakun ta'am mean evidence of them not being gods if the literal meaning is meant? Did you get anything? Okay. The second one now, the second type of kinaya is when the kinaya is between the link. How? You not explicitly say daraba zaydun amran, ya zaydun karimun. You've used a kinaya in the linking the two between them. Okay? So for example, it says, وَثَانِي كِنَايَةٌ يَكُونُ الْمَكْنِي أَنْهُ فِيهَا نِسْبَةٌ. The second is that kinaya, is a kinaya in which the makni anhu is a nisba, the link. For example, if you say al-majdu bayna thawbayhi. So obviously you got thawb. Obviously in those times you have what? Like a holiday umrah, or ihram. So if you say majd, nobility and greatness and grandeur is between his clothing. What does that mean? He himself is majid. Do you understand? If you say wal karamu tahta ridaihi, generosity and nobility is under his blanket. It's by him. تريد نسبة المجد والكرم نسبة المجد والكرم إليه. You trying to do what? You're implying the link between the mawsuf and the sifa. So the kinaya is in the nisbah here. Okay? And the third, والثالث كناية يكون المكني أنه فيها غير صفة ولا نسبة. And the kinaya in the third type is that kinaya in which the makni anhu is what? Neither a sifa nor a nisbah, rather is what? It's a mawsuf. Okay?
But you know how you said kinaya, the literal meaning could be taken.
The literal meaning it doesn't matter that the literal meaning is not possible. The literal meaning can also be correct. But that's not what the purpose of the sentence is.
That's what it is. But how could al-majd be between his thawb? You can't never take it.
Yeah, but it's not taken. It doesn't have to be possible all the time.
Oh, okay. I'll get confused with something else. Because if I'm using that principle, I think it's something else.
No, when we say ma jawazi irad al-ma'na al-haqiqi, the literal meaning can be correct as well. It doesn't have to be correct all the time.
Carry on.
You understand?
He could, because
Like as an example, الضاربين بكل أبيض مخذمي. ضاربين, darban is to hit, but hit with a sword. Okay? So those who hit بكل أبيض مخذمي, and مخذمي is sharp. So those who hit أبيض, he says white. What do you imply by that? So, yeah, shiny sword. So there's also kinaya mawsuf. Instead of saying white, instead of saying sword explicitly, he said abiyad, he brought the sifa of it. Okay. وَالطَّاعِنِينَ, and those who, ta'ana yat'anu means to hit, but hit with a spear. He's talking, he says, those who hit, obviously the previous sentence will give the whole meaning, but here we're just trying to say, الضَّارِبِينَ بِكُلِّ أَبْيَضَ مِخْزَمِ. Those who hit with what? With every white sharp, or every sharp white what? Sword. So by saying abiyad, what's he referring to? His sword. وَالطَّاعِنِينَ ta'ana yat'anu ta'anan is to hit somebody with a spear, vertically. Not vertically, horizontally. Yeah? So ta'ana yat'anu is when you hit them with a spear. وَالطَّائِنِينَ مَجَامِعَ الْأَدْغَانِ. And those who hit what? جَمَعَ يَجْمَعُ جَمْعًا يَوْمَ يَجْمَعُ اللَّهُ الرُّسُلِ. The جَمَعَ يَجْمَعُ to gather. And ismu zarf is majma', the place of gathering. And the dhighnun jama' adghan is hatred, enmity, hasad. Where's hatred take place? Where's hatred? In your heart. So where's a place where hatred gathers? In your heart. So by saying majami' al-adghan, what does it mean? Qalb. So in this example, he's used two kinaya, and the kinaya refers to the mawsuf, the thing he's talking about. Not the quality of it, not the nisbah, but the actual thing itself.
This sort of way of speaking is more accustomed to the Arabs, right? Because it's not like in English they would use this sort of language.
They may, but I got to think about it. It may be used in English as well. I don't know how common it's used. And even this is very common in poetry. Okay. Okay. So he's saying here, فإنه كنا بمجامع الأذغان عن القلوب. He has used the word مجامع الأذغان to imply what? قلوب, hearts. So basically he's saying they get swords and they stab people. How much they're talking about war and the civil wars and the battles of the tribal wars and all that. So, okay. Another example. Let's say Allah's talking about Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam. So وَحَمَلْنَاهُ عَلَى ذَاتِ أَلْوَاهٍ وَدُسُرٍ. So وَحَمَلْنَا, we boarded him on ذَاتِ أَلْوَاهٍ, on a thing which had what? Was lawh jama' alwa, sheets, tablets, sheets, and those were nails. What sheets and nails? In Nuh alayhi story. Planks. Yeah, so it means what? Boat or ship. Do you understand? So, that al-wahim wa dusur is, we do mean that al-wahim wa dusur, that which has lawh, the mu'annath of dhu is that, so that of planks and that of nails. And what do we mean? So we said this, but what do we mean by this? Boats. So it's kinaya anil mawsuf. Another example, man yazman li ma bayna lihyayhi wa ma bayna rijlayhi. Whoever takes responsibility of that which is between his tongue. What does it mean by that? Sorry, between his tongue. I said it. What is between his jaws, tongue. So by saying this is kinaya anil mawsuf. Wa ma bayna rijlayhi, between his feet, which is his private parts. You understand? Ma bayna lihyayhi, ma bayna rijlayhi. So it's kinaya anil mawsuf in both of these scenarios. Not mentioning the thing explicitly, but rather implying it. Okay? You understand? So according to this description, this taqsim, there are three types. You either the kinaya is referring to the mawsuf, the kinaya is referring to sifa, or the kinaya is referring to the nisba. Go ahead with the question.
So you know how you said ma bayna lihyayhi, between the jaws means the tongue.
Yeah.
And the tongue is referring to actions.
Not action, versus words.
No, not words, sorry.
Yeah. So whoever guarantees for me responsibility of his tongue. So we've said something, ma bayna lihyayhi, and it's not like a majaz or tashbih. What is between his tongue? What is between his jaws? Which is a tongue. So we don't mention the tongue explicitly, we refer to that.
But then, you know, I'm trying to link, I'm not trying to link it, but that, you know, sababiyya.
Yeah, but that's when we say here, ma bayna lihyayhi. So when we say sababiyya in majaz mursal, that's when the reason, that's a cause, causation. So, but here we haven't said his lisan or his tongue.
No.
So by saying ma bayna lihyayhi, what do we mean by this? Tongue. Is the haqiqah meaning possible? Yeah, it is the haqiqah meaning, but it's between his tongue. What is between his jaws? But what do we mean? What do we mean by this? His tongue. So this is what's kinaya? You have a loves, which is this, and you mean something else. But the difference between that and majaz is what? That in here, the literal meaning is also possible. It's not incorrect. This literal meaning. Do you understand?
I get what you mean.
You following? Yeah. You understand? Subhanallah, bihamdi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, wa nashhadu la ilaha illa anta, wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.